Welcome to the Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 meeting of the Gloucester Conservation Commission. Time is just after 5:30. We'll start with a roll call of commissioners. Member Cook. Sergeant.
Here.
Reliatis.
Here.
Member Terry.
Here.
And Member Jackson.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, first item on the agenda is the administrative briefing.
The only item I really had is we did have a site visit with DEP for the Cressy Beach seawall order of conditions 0283100. There's some conversation about the coastal bank and performance standards there. Questions about how different avenues for moving forward. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back to us as an amendment at some point. I'm assuming like that might be the more likely avenue, but we will see it. Keep you guys posted on that. That's all I have for now.
Okay, close out administrative briefing. Next item is public comments. Any members of the public who wish to comment on a matter that is not on the agenda tonight, please raise your hand.
9 attendees on Zoom and none here in person. No hands up.
Okay, we'll close the public comment period. Next up is minutes review and approval. We have the minutes from the meeting of January 7th, 2026.
Commissioner Jackson moves to approve the Conservation Commission minutes of January 7th, 2026 as amended.
Commissioner Sargent seconds.
We'll call Member Sergeant.
Yes.
Elias.
Yes.
Member Siri.
Yes.
Member Jackson.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to continued business. First item is NOI 0282976, 171 and 281R Magnolia Avenue. Mag LLC is the applicant. This was previously continued to February 4th, 2026. The next two items are taken together. NOI 0283006 at 105 Wingersheek Road, NOI 0283007 at 107 Wingersheek Road, both from 125 Wingersheek LLC. As the applicant, both have been previously continued to February 4th, 2026. Next item is NOI 0283036 at 3, 6, and 7 Welch Lane and R. Woodman Street, RDL Welch LLC. The applicant, this has also been continued to February 4th, 2026. Next item, NOI 0283077 at 37 Massasoit Road. Daniel Fonzie is the applicant. This has also been continued to February 4th.
No, actually, that's a request to continue.
Okay.
Commissioner Jackson moves to continue NOI 0283077 at 37 Massasoit Road to the Conservation Commission meeting of February 4th, 2026.
Commissioner Sargent seconds.
Roll call. Member Sergeant.
Yes.
Member Eliadis.
Yes.
Member Terry.
Yes.
And Member Jackson.
Yes.
Catching that?
Mhm.
Next item, NOI 0283080 at 598 and 600 Essex Avenue, Michael Oliver, the applicant. I believe there's been a request to withdraw without prejudice.
Commissioner Jackson moves to withdraw without prejudice the NOI 0283080 at 598 and 600 Essex Avenue.
Commissioner Sargent seconds.
Roll call. Member Sergeant.
Yes.
Member Eliadis.
Yes.
Member Terry.
Yes.
And Member Jackson.
Yes.
Okay. Next item is NOI 0283104 at 116 Wheeler Street, Christopher and Sarah Williams. Additions, deck expansion, elevated walkway, and hardscaping in riverfront area, and land subject to coastal storm flowage, and buffer zone to coastal resource areas. Devin Tabor from Lucas Environmental LLC representing. We are hearing this together with RDA 1842 at 120 and 120R Wheeler Street. Christopher and Sarah Williams are also the same applicants. Tree removal within riverfront area, land subject to coastal storm flowage, and buffer zone to coastal resource areas. Devin Tabor from Lucas Environmental LLC also representing.
Good evening, commissioners. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Hope you all are having a good evening. Devin Tabor for the record from Lucas Environmental here on behalf of Christopher and Cyril Williams. We also have Hillary Holdsworth, and then I believe Chris Williams is on the call as well. Since our last hearing, which I believe was before you on January 7th, we made some revisions to the plans to accompany the notice of intent application. Really kind of the meat of those revisions surround the riverfront area calculations and kind of a better schematic so that way that the commission could have a better idea as to what was being calculated as existing degraded and disturbed versus proposed. If the commission's amenable to it, I'd love to share my screen just to pull that up on the pull that up for you all.
Yep, that'd be fine.
Great. Okay. All right, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So this is kind of the sheet that we added to the plan, and I wanted to kind of just tackle this first since this is the major change or revision that we provided to the commission. So I worked with the design engineer, Dan Ottenheimer from Mill River Consulting, and we added this sheet to the site plan set, which really kind of breaks out the degraded and disturbed and existing versus proposed conditions. Just to kind of give you the lay of the land, the green hatching on both figures here is associated with the degraded area, and then the red hatching is just the disturbed, so really like lawn, planting, stuff like that that you're looking at. Also the boardwalk itself and just that area that's been kind of reworked from previous filings and just over the years. So what we did was we updated our riverfront area calculations, which were initially on the first sheet of the site plan set, and that's going to be here to our plan right where my cursor is. And actually, we have a net decrease in degraded on the site and proposed conditions by approximately 1,000 square feet, 1,069 within the 100-foot inner riparian zone. So not only do we meet the performance standards under 310 CMR 10.585, but also we are mitigating still. We have not changed those numbers with regards to the plantings. So I just kind of wanted to highlight that to the commission just as our major change. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now and just kind of go over the rest of the revisions, and then I can leave it to you guys to if you have any questions. So there were some questions by the commission related to the plantings to make sure that we had that all aligned with Hillary Holdsworth plans, which we that includes 6 eastern red cedars, and then the 2 sweet gums, which were all going to be planted on 116 Wheeler Street. We ran through obviously the other comments. The applicant is amendable to accepting a 2-year monitoring period, perpetual conditions prohibiting further alteration of these areas. And then we also looked at the boulders down by the intertidal area, which we were going to originally reuse. We are no longer proposing to do that, and there are no boulders associated with the seating area on the site. I know that there was some question about the boardwalk that had the timber planks that are out there. So, we are trying to still rework that area. We're going to elevate that boardwalk connected as we kind of went through in the initial public hearing. And, the applicant maintains the fact that converting the lawn to pea stone will have some advantages to the site. And it also provides permeable surfaces and reduces maintenance. So I think in sum, that's kind of the meat there. And then I think the last thing was obviously a concern of the commission with regards to transferring the activities from the RDA to the NOI. So the applicants are happy to consolidate that. As you can see on the plans, we've added those activities to the site. And however, in the past 2 weeks, due to the seasonal absence of the abutters next door, we haven't been able to get additional authorization. However, I wanted to kind of poach this to the commission since the abutters have already provided written authorization for this exact scope of work associated with the 4 trees, the Norway trees to be removed, the invasive trees included in the record associated with that. My ask is, can the commission accept that existing authorization as sufficient for this NOI, given that the activity is merely being transferred from one form to another for administrative ease, or more or less, would the commission be amendable to conditioning this upon approval, such as, no work shall commence on tax map 38 lots 39 and 40, which are the abutters lots, until proof of authorization or consent from the owner is filed with the conservation department prior to construction. So those are kind of the questions that I have for you. I think I'll leave it with that and then look to the commission and anyone else for any questions that I can help answer.
Okay, thank you. I'll note that Commissioner Cook joined the meeting and is here now.
I'm here.
There you go. Okay, thank you very much. We are going to open it up to public comments and then we'll take commissioner comments. So any members of the public who wish to comment on this project, please raise your hand.
We have 6 folks attending on the Zoom and none in person, and there are no hands up.
Okay, close public comments and go to commissioner roll call comments.
Member Cook,
Yeah, I'm fine with all the changes that were made, and I'm also fine with conditioning work not starting until we get the receipt for the NOI from the neighbor.
Sergeant.
Thank you for the revisions. There should be a 2-year monitoring for the mortality and mitigation plantings. The eventual condition of the COC prohibits further alteration within the mitigation area. Acceptance may be required to maintain the area, its mitigated condition, and blasting is not allowed, and all dewatering will be adequately treated before being discharged. As regards to the neighbor's, position, if that's legal or not, I will refer to the chair on that, as is more understanding of that than I.
Member Eliadis.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with what you have proposed here. Member Sargent, in terms of the legality of accepting that, personally, I'm fine with it. So I'll defer to Chuck or Peter if that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the additions to the project or the revised documents look good to me. In terms of the abutter approvals, I think we could include the RDA in this NOI file, and those sign-off forms, I think, are fine. They're fine with me. I wouldn't also be opposed to getting kind of just a reconfirmation from the abutters that they're okay with the NOI and that the portion of the work of the NOI that's going on their property, and also having a condition to have that. I don't know if there's a timing issue with you guys that you anticipate any issue with getting those in time or anything like that, but I think including the RDA with the NOI in the file will be sufficient evidence that they approve it, and they have their signatures with the RDA. So having that in there.
Member Jackson.
I have no problem with the transfer of permissions. And to be clear on the Peastone versus Lawn issue, I didn't feel it was disadvantageous. I just didn't feel that it was made enough difference to be called an advantage. I can see where it'd be a convenience to the owners, and I have no problem with that. I just didn't want you to think I thought it was disadvantageous either. Okay.
I hear you, Commissioner Jackson. Thank you for being diligent on that. No, I agree.
You're welcome. Okay. Chuck, do you have any input?
Nothing major, I guess the degraded area, I still have questions with. We did have a appeal for a property over at 58 Woodward that had a second floor deck that was put on, pervious deck over lawn. And DEP did a superseding order because they considered the area underneath the deck to then be degraded. Because even though the topsoil was remaining, it's no longer functioning the same way. It no longer allows for large woody plants to grow, and it also affects the function of the area for wildlife, for feeding, breeding, migrating, shelter, and overwintering. So I think the same would hold true that with the decks proposed and the walkways proposed, even though they're not removing that topsoil, how it's spelled out in the regulations, it's kind of functionally degrading that area, not allowing that topsoil to fully function to provide all the functions that it would without the additional development of those areas with the decks and the walkways. So in my mind, I think DEP would look at it as possibly being degraded under those walkways and the decks. And functionally, I would have to agree that there's, is it less degraded than it would be if it was pea stone or asphalt or something else? Absolutely, but it's still not maintaining 100% of its function. So there's some level of degraded there. But that being said, all along, I think the numbers are fine. I think the amount of area that's being impacted and degraded would still be covered by the amount of mitigation that's being done. So just for food for thought for commissioners going forward.
Do you think it makes any difference that they use that crosshatch material instead of the slatted in terms of what kind of impact you think that has?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, depends for what species you're talking about, and it could benefit some species. Rabbits and other things can hide easier from predators under there, but it's not going to be as welcoming to foraging animals or larger animals.
Yeah, that's more my own curiosity.
Yeah. But I think, ultimately it's going to limit the overall functionality of that area to naturally act as part of the riverfront area. So therefore, it's at least degraded to some extent.
Okay.
You ready to close?
Commissioner Jackson moves to close the public hearing for NOI 0283104 at 116 Wheeler Street.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
Member Cook?
Yes.
Yes.
Member Iliadis?
Yes.
Member Terry?
Yes.
Member Jackson?
Yes. Commissioner Jackson moves to approve NOI 0283104 at 116 Wheeler Street, including the 4 trees to be removed and the other conditions previously discussed.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
Roll call. Member Cook?
Yes.
Sergeant?
Yes.
Member Iliadis?
Yes.
Member Terry?
Yes.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to withdraw the RDA and incorporate it into the NOI?
Yes, that was going to be my next request. So in response to the commission's request to consolidate the invasive species management associated with the removal of the 4 Norway maples into the notice of intent for 116 Wheeler, as you just described, the applicant would hereby like to withdraw the RDA without prejudice for 120 and 120R Wheeler Street under the conditions that are set forth by the commission for the scope of work in the RDA.
Okay.
Close here.
Commissioner Jackson moves to close the public hearing for RDA 1842 at 120 and 120R Wheeler Street.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
Roll call. Member Cook?
Yes.
Sergeant?
Yes.
Member Iliadis? Member Terry?
Yes.
Member Jackson?
Yes. Commissioner Jackson moves to withdraw the application of RDA 1842 at 120 and 120R Wheeler Street as having been incorporated into the NOI 0283104 at 116 Wheeler Street for removal of trees and invasive species management with the associated conditions previously discussed.
Commissioner Cook seconds without prejudice?
Call Member Cook,
Yes.
Sergeant,
Yes.
Member Elias,
Yes.
Member Terry,
Yes.
Member Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for handling this and taking care of us. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay, last item of continued business is NOI 028, still no DEP number?
3106.
Oh, that's right. NOI 0283106 at 115 Wheeler Street. Applicants are Gordon and Melissa Massey. Project is in addition to existing home in riverfront area. John Judd from Gateway Consultants, Inc. is representing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. For the record, John Judd, engineer with Gateway Consultants representing the applicant. As pointed out by Chuck, we did receive the DEP file number. And if you'd like, I can pull up the plan to just kind of refresh everyone's memory on the application. If you can see that. This is a proposal at 115 Wheeler Street to add two small additions onto the house. This is a 12 by 27 on this side and 15 by 7 on the rear portion. The resource area, which is the river, Anaswan River, is across Wheeler Street here. And we did go through all the mitigation, riverfront calculations, et cetera, at the last hearing. We're adding drainage here, which improves the riverfront as well as the 200% mitigation plantings. And we are proposing this addition over what was the previous hardscape patio area. Right now, it's just packed, crushed stone and stone dust in this location. So pretty much occupying the same footprint. And again, we do show a rain garden detail here for the roof leaders of the proposed addition here. So that would be an improvement. Can answer any questions, those that might have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll open up to public comments. Any members of the public who wish to comment on this project, please raise your hand.
We have 5 attendees on Zoom and no people here in the room. And there are no hands up.
Okay, close to public comments. Move to commissioner roll call comment.
Member Cook,
No additional comments.
Member Sergeant,
All the watering shall be adequately treated before being discharged. And there should be a 2-year monitoring for the mortality and mitigation plantings. And a perpetual condition in the COC prohibits further alteration than the mitigation area except as may be required. Maintain the area in its mitigated condition. Thank you.
Member Elias,
Nothing additional.
Member Terry,
One additional condition to, a perpetual condition to maintain the rain garden as a functioning for stormwater purposes.
and Member Jackson.
No, thank you for the clarifications and the changes, and I have no further comment in addition to those previously mentioned.
Anything to add, Chuck? All right.
All right,
I'll go with you, John.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Jackson moves to close the public hearing for NOI 0283106 at 115 Wheeler Street.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
Call Member Cook,
Yes.
Sergeant,
Yes.
Member Elias,
Yes.
Member Terry,
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes. Commissioner Jackson moves to approve NOI 0283106 at 115 Wheeler Street with the aforementioned conditions.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
Call Member Cook,
Yes.
Sergeant,
Yes.
Member Elias,
Yes.
Member Terry,
Yes.
Member Jackson.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Okay, moving to new business. First item, NOI 028, no DEP number at 232 Atlantic Street, Winger Sheet Beach, City of Gloucester, DPW as the applicant, project for dune and trail restoration in coastal dune, coastal beach, barrier beach, land subject to coastal storm flowage and priority and estimated habitats of rare species. Kansas Richie Munn, operations manager, beaches and parks for the City of Gloucester, representative. This, I believe, is not ready to be presented yet. We don't have a formal application.
Yeah, that's correct. So we just received the signed form today, and it has not yet been sent to DEP or Natural Heritage. So I think at this point, we should probably still not open the public hearing and hope that everything's in order by the meeting on the 4th.
Okay, so without opening the public hearing, we will expect this to be opened on February 4th at that meeting, and we'll take it at that time.
Should we consider moving it to the meeting after the 4th, only because if they haven't sent it to National Heritage, you know we're going to be waiting for that one.
They've submitted it online, but they haven't had the fee in yet. So, I mean, you know, the Natural Heritage will still have 30 days to review it. So even if it was, you know, you'd still have to wait that period of time for.
Yeah, the meeting's the 18th of February, and it would be the 21st at a minimum.
Yeah. So, I mean, it might get continued anyway, just for waiting, but we can at least start the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. We'll pick it up on the 4th then. Second item of new business is NOI 028, no DEP number at 19 Russell Avenue. City of Gloucester, DPW is the applicant. Project for vegetation removal and maintenance plan in perennial stream and bordering vegetated wetland. Siobhan Callahan, environmental engineer for the City of Gloucester, is the representative, and I believe there's been a request to withdraw this project without prejudice.
Commissioner Jackson moves to withdraw without prejudice NOI 028 unassigned DEP number for 19 Russell Avenue by the City of Gloucester DPW.
Commissioner Cook seconds without prejudice?
No problem, Member Cook.
Yes.
Member Sergeant? Yes. Member Elias?
Yes.
Member Terry?
Yes.
Member Jackson?
Yes.
Okay. Last item of new business is NOI 028 3105 at 13 Shipsbell Road. The applicants are Gary and Joyce Weiser. Project is for an addition to existing home and pervious deck in buffer zone to coastal bank. John Judd from Gateway Consultants Incorporated representative.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. For the record, John Judd, engineer with Gateway Consultant, representing the Weiser family. I believe they are on the call tonight. If there's any questions for them, I can bring up the plan to show the proposal. And hopefully you can see that. So this is the existing dwelling here at 13 Shipsbell Road. Can you see that, members?
Yes.
Okay, I can, let me try to toggle that in a little bit more. Existing house, we do have coastal bank on the property, which is toward the back in this location here. And this is all lawn area here. The proposal is to remove the existing deck in this location and add a 28 by 30 foot addition here, and some pervious decks off the back to take advantage of the views out here on Ipswich Bay. The proposal is to have the 200% mitigation planting with native plants and so forth in the lawn area here as shown here. So you can see the Ipswich Bay back here. We do have a transect showing here as requested by DEP that shows the coastal bank in this location here. So the transect goes here to here, and then the coastal bank line is here, and I'll get back into a better scale. So the coastal bank is here. We are proposing erosion control around the work here in the lawn area. And again, we're toward the outer half of the buffer zone, but we are in the buffer zone nonetheless with all this work. The existing step tank would be relocated out here. And essentially, this is all disturbed area now. And then we'd be proposing to improve all this with mitigation planting. And I can answer any questions you might have. And the applicant is also on the line if there's any questions of them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We will open it to public comments and then take commissioner comments. Any members of the public who wish to comment on this project, please raise your hand.
We have 5 folks on the Zoom and none in person, and there are no hands up.
Okay, we'll close public comments and go to commissioner roll call comments.
Member Cook.
Thank you for addressing the DEP comments. I don't have any additional comments.
Sergeant.
All the watering shall be adequately treated for being discharged, and there should be a 2-year monitoring of the mortality of mitigation plantings.
Member Iliadis.
It looked like where the new addition is gonna go, there's a tree there right now. And it didn't seem like there's any trees in the mitigation plantings. I'm wondering if we want to ask for a tree.
Let me pull that back up if I could.
I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. It looked like from the photographs I saw the property, there's a tree where that's proposed.
We do in our mitigation plants, we do have an assortment of shrubs, but if a tree is requested, that can certainly be accommodated.
I would, leave it to the opinions of my other commissioners if they agree or not. It's just one thing that I noticed. The rest of it looks fine to me.
Catch.
Member Fatiri.
I would like to see a continuing condition prohibiting further alteration within the mitigation area, except as may be required to maintain the area in its mitigated condition. Other than that, I don't have any other observations or questions.
Member Jackson.
I don't have any real concerns. I think DEP, I recall, I can't get it up here, requested a mix of planted materials, which may have included trees. I don't recall. I know it was herbaceous and shrubby and nothing. I think it's noted on your plan. So a tree would be well advised, I think.
What kind of tree is there now?
I can pull up the photo there.
Okay.
Is that the tree you're referring to?
Yeah, I think I'm correct that would be under the footprint of the new building. I don't know what kind of tree it is.
Yeah, we can certainly replace that.
All right, everybody good with that?
Yep. 2-1, John?
2-1. Yeah, we can add 2 trees. We have no problem with that.
Thank you.
Anything to add, Chuck?
No, I have nothing.
Okay.
Okay, Commissioner Jackson, no, we can't do anything. We don't have a DEP number.
We do.
3105.
Oh, okay, all right. 3105. Okay, Commissioner Jackson moves to close the public hearing for NOI 0283105 at 13 Ships Bell Road.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
We'll call Member Cook.
Yes.
Yes.
Member Iliadis.
Yes.
Member Fatiri.
Yes.
Member Jackson.
Yes. Commissioner Jackson moves to approve NOI 0283105 at 13 Ships Bell Road with the aforementioned conditions.
Commissioner Cook seconds.
Call Member Cook.
Yes.
Sergeant.
Yes.
Member Iliadis.
Yes.
Member Fatiri.
Yes.
And Member Jackson.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you all very much.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay, next item on the agenda is certificates of compliance, there's one RCOC 0281933 at 3 Welch Lane. This is going to be heard once we have NOI, current pending NOI and continued business for 3, 6, and 7 Welch Lane at the February 4th meeting. Then that, it. If there's any other matters.
Not at this time. We did receive some information from a neighbor at 10 Kirk Road that they've received their notice of violation, but they've not yet contacted our office directly.
Have you heard anything about 137, the?
So yes, for 137 Winger Chic, Suzanne and I and their lawyer, Chip Nyland, were supposed to have a meeting yesterday morning, but Chip sick, and so canceled the meeting. But hopefully we will meet next week to discuss that.
We have people left on the Zoom.
There are 3 folks on the Zoom, yes.
Anybody on the Zoom have any matters they want to bring up?
2. No hands up on the Zoom, so.
Okay. Quick meeting.
Yeah, half hour, 40 minutes. Move to adjourn.
Commissioner Cook seconds?
Member Cook,
Yes?
Argent,
Yes.
Member Elias,
Yes.
Member Terry,
Yes.
Member Jackson.
Yes.
Chuck, do you have any comments?
Good.
You have any
Bill.
comments? Any journey?
Well, everybody stay warm next week and we'll see you in February.
How's your foot coming along, Bill?
It's pretty good. I see the doctor tomorrow. Hopefully I can return to work the 1st. I'm supposed to be getting a new boot, but it hasn't come in yet, but I'm hoping they let me work in this one.
Okay.
What did you do to your foot?
I broke my foot back in September
Ooh.
and the tendon, I think what happened was I strained the tendon and it snapped the bone. So it's on the 5th metatarsal, so it doesn't get a lot of blood circulation. And the tendon wants to keep pulling the bone away from where it's supposed to be going to heal. So it's just taking its sweet time.
That's miserable.
Sounds painful.
Yeah.
I did do paperwork for the 12-3 meeting that I missed. I found the paperwork a little confusing because it was almost like they wanted a separate form for each item that you were going to do. But when I gave it to Chuck, what I did is I put down all of the NOIs that were to be concerned. And then in the second section, I just put, dates where we updated because they don't always go to the next meeting for continuation. And what we said we'd do is just, once I got it notarized, we have copies put in each of the 2 files. So.
These have to be notarized.
That's how the form has it. I don't know if that's absolutely necessary, which I mean, it seems much because the notary is not sitting there watching you watch the meeting.
No, but there's just, the notary is just acknowledging what you're saying on the form. That's true. These don't
Yeah,
get recorded with the order of conditions, right? These forms, I think these forms just exist in the file. So I don't know if there's a requirement to notarize them, but probably something to check with Suzanne.
Yeah, it's the form that Suzanne sent does ask for at least a line for its notary.
Yeah. You do need a separate form for each project because they have to go in with each file, but I guess you could write all of the NOIs and photocopy it.
That's what we did.
Well, what I did is I put each of the NOIs, and in my case, because we've continued so much, there were only 2 NOIs that had information that I needed to make sure I reviewed before I voted on them. so I put them down at 2 lines, but they both were continued to a different date. Then if you go down to the next section, it tells you what date that was it extended to. But I put it all on the same form, and I decided we'd just make copies.
Yeah, probably have a better fun.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that notarization question. Usually you have to notarize a document if you record it in the registry. But this usually, I don't think this gets recorded.
Yeah, because, well, when I went in there today, the person that sits in the same office area with Chuck and Kathleen, he's the notary, so, he did it while I was there, but
Useful?
Do you have to put down the continuations to every meeting, whether or not there was a hearing?
No, not if it wasn't something
Only if there was something discussed.
Yeah. substantial.
Because some of Joel's goes on for a year.
Yeah, no, it's only if anything substantial was discussed.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and also Katie is looking into becoming a notary as well, so that should help. Any of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So,
In Gloucester, all of the tellers are, all of the customer service and notaries, if you're a customer. Worth a $10 investment in their bank. All right.
all right.
well, good night, everyone.
Good night, Bill.
Go Patriots.